Hey 7X, today we are going to learn about another type of transformation, and that is dilations. Now, a dilation is the enlargement or reduction in size of a figure. So I'm going to be giving you 3 points that are going to make a triangle, and we are going to see how that triangle is either going to get bigger or get smaller in size, which is the dilation. So after a dilation, a new image is similar to the original image. That means the new image and the original image are the same shape, but they're a different size. So again, they'll remain triangles, but they'll either get larger or they will get smaller. A dilation with a scale factor, which is a number that you multiply by, greater than 1, will result in an enlargement in the size of a figure. So I'm going to give you a triangle, like I said, and I'm going to give you a scale factor. That scale factor is what we're going to be multiplying the coordinates by. That's going to dilate the image. So if that scale factor is greater than 1, that means that the image is going to get larger. Okay, if I give you a dilation with a scale factor less than 1, that's going to result in a reduction or a smaller image. Okay, but again, it's important to remember that a scale factor, regardless of the number, whether it's greater than 1 or less than 1, we're going to be multiplying it by the coordinates that I give you. Okay, just like the previous days in this unit, we're going to be using Braining Camp, so I will run through how to access Braining Camp yet again. Click on this link. Okay, sign in. I already signed in, but you guys know the username is North Rockland and the password is 12345. When you get into Braining Camp, click on the XY coordinate board. Make sure that you change your coordinate board to have 4 quadrants by clicking this little cross at the bottom. And then also come over here to this point where it says XY and click on that so that we can label all of our coordinates to make it a little bit easier for us. Okay, if you guys need to change your axes to fit points, please either zoom in or zoom out, and you'll see, zoom in or zoom out on Chrome, and you'll see your axes get smaller or larger. Okay, so let's look at some examples. So again, a dilation, the following notation is used to denote dilations based on a scale factor of k. K is just a variable we use for scale factors. We might remember that from our first unit of the school year, which was on ratios and proportions. We discussed scale factors, which was our constant of proportionality, which we always represented by k. Okay, so now there are 2 steps when we're completing a dilation with a scale factor. Step 1 is to multiply the x coordinate by the scale factor. So let's say our scale factor is 3. I would multiply my x coordinate by 3, and that'll give me my new x coordinate. Second step is to multiply the y coordinate by the scale factor. So again, if our scale factor is 3, we multiply our y coordinate by 3, and whatever our result is will be our new y coordinate. Okay, so all we have to do for dilations is multiply by numbers. Okay, and then we'll see how that'll affect our image. So let's look at the first example. All right, so I wrote a triangle has the following coordinates 1, 1, 3, 1, and 3, 2. Step 1, as always, plot these 3 points on Braining Camp. Okay, so I'm going to come to Braining Camp and start plotting these points. So first I have, first I have 1, 1, then I have 3, 1, and then I have 3, 2. Okay, so these 3 points make a triangle. I'm going to connect these dots by drag and dropping this rubber band. Remember, hover over your first point and then release it, and it'll automatically connect it to one dot. Then you want to click on the line to stretch it up to your next dot and release, and it'll form your triangle. Okay, now it brings us to part B or step 2. We want to complete a dilation with a scale factor of 2. So, scale factor of 2 means that we are multiplying each coordinate by 2. More specifically, we are multiplying each x value by 2 and each y value by 2. So, also notice I have a scale factor of 2, so we should be able to recognize, is this going to enlarge my image or is it going to reduce the size of my image? Remember, if it has a scale factor greater than 1, it's going to enlarge. If it has a scale factor less than 1, it's going to reduce it. So since this is a scale factor greater than 1, it's going to enlarge our image. It should if we do this correctly. So again, I'm going to take my scale factor of 2 and I'm going to multiply it by my x coordinate and my y coordinate. So 1 times 2 is 2 for my x coordinate, and then my y coordinate, 1 times 2 is also 2. So my new point is going to become 2, 2. Okay, then I'm going to come to my second original point, which is 3, 1. Multiply both my x coordinate and my y coordinate by 2. So 3 times 2 is 6, and 1 times 2 is 2. So that makes my new coordinate 6, 2. Then last but not least, I take my third coordinate, multiply both of those by 2. So 3 times 2 is 6, and 2 times 2 is 4. So my new point is going to be 6, 4. I'm now going to plot these new points on Braining Camp. So I go back to Braining Camp, plot these new points, use a different color. So we get, my first point was 2, 2. My next point was 6, 2. And my third point was 6, 4. Okay, connect your dots using this rubber band. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, stretch it up. And there we go. This blue image is our new image. Okay, we can see that this triangle got a lot larger than this pink triangle, which we knew that was going to happen because we had a scale factor greater than 1. Okay, now that brings us to part C, which is to copy and paste our diagram from Braining Camp. Make sure your diagram has both triangles. Right click, click copy, go back to Google Slides, go to the following slide, right click paste, or you can do Control V. And there's your work for that question. Okay. All right. You guys are now going to complete the you do example. I gave you new coordinates, but you guys are still going to complete a dilation with a scale factor of 2. So just multiply each x and y coordinate by 2 to get your new points. Okay, but let's look at another one. This one says a triangle has the coordinates 1, 0, 3, 0, and 3, 2. Complete a dilation with a scale factor of 3. Okay, before we do that, we got to plot these original points. So I'm going to go back to Braining Camp. I'm going to clear my board, and I'm going to start plotting these new points. So we have 1, 0, 3, 0, and 3, 2. Connect your dots using these rubber bands to form your triangle. Okay, step 1 complete. We'll go back to part B. So now part B is to complete a dilation with a scale factor of 3. So a scale factor of 3 means that we are multiplying each x and each y coordinate by 3. So we should also be thinking to ourselves, if I'm multiplying by a scale factor of 3, is my new image going to be larger or smaller than my original? Okay, it's greater than 1, so it should be larger if we do this correctly. So I'm going to look at my original point, 1, 0, multiply both my x and my y by 3. 1 times 3 is 3, and 0 times 3 is 0. So my new point is going to be 3, 0. Then I'm going to come to my second original point, which is 3, 0, multiply both x and y by 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and 0 times 3 is 0. So my new coordinate is going to be 9, 0. Come to my third original point. Again, multiply everything by 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and 2 times 3 is 6. So my new coordinate should be 9, 6. Okay, we are now going to plot these new points on Braining Camp. So I'm going to pick a different color, plot my first point, which is 3, 0. Plot my next point, which is 9, 0. And my final point, which is 9, 6. Connect the dots. Okay, and you should be able to see that our new image is a lot larger than our original image, which we knew was going to happen because we dilated this by a scale factor of 3. Okay, so since I'm here, I'm simply going to copy this image, go back to Google Slides, go to the next slide, and simply paste my work. Okay, so that was all dilations with numbers greater than 1. So they all were enlargements. Now we're going to look at example 5, which has a dilation less than 1. So again, it says a triangle has the following coordinates, 2, 0, 4, 0, and 4, 4. All right, so right off the bat, step 1, let's plot these points. Come to Braining Clamp. I'm going to clear all. I'm going to plot my points, 2, 0, 4, 0, and 4, 4. Connect the dots. Okay, step 1 complete. Now we're going to go to step 2. Step 2 is to complete a dilation of a scale factor of 1/2. Okay, guys, 1/2 is less than 1. So that means we're going to have a reduction in the size of our image. So we're going to be multiplying now each x and y by 1/2. Okay, so I wrote this out for you. I'm going to look at my first original point, which is 2, 0. Multiply both x and y by 1/2. So 2 times 1/2 is simply 1, and 0 times 1/2 is 0. So our new point is going to be 1, 0. Okay, second point, 4, 0. Multiply each by 1/2. 4 times 1/2 is 2. 0 times 1/2 is 0. So our new point is going to be 2, 0. And last but not least, 4 times 1/2 is 2, and 4 times 1/2 again is also 2. So our new point for that third point is 2, 2. Okay, now I got to plot these points on Braining Camp. Okay, I'm going to pick a different color as always. My first point is 1, 0. My second point is 2, 0. And my third point is 2, 2. Connect the dots. Okay. And now the blue triangle represents our new image. And as you can see, that new image is a lot smaller than the pink triangle, which was our original image. And we knew that was going to happen because we dilated it with a scale factor that was less than 1. Okay. I'm going to copy this because I know I have to come over to Google Slides and paste it on the next blank slide. And there we go. There's my work. All right, you guys are now going to complete the following you-do examples in this Google Slides activity. Please don't forget to copy and paste your work from Braining Clamp. Remember, with dilations, you're simply multiplying each x and y coordinate by the scale factor.